Hi everyone, I'm Donna Louise, and for the love of puzzles, let's go bananas. I purchased this puzzle in a recent shopping haul because it only has like 316 pieces. It's considered a tricky puzzle, and I thought it would help me in preparation for when I want to do that 1,000-piece Impossibles puzzle. So it's called the Go Bananas puzzle, and it says the puzzle that will drive you bananas. On the back, I have the lid on backwards. It says, think a regular jigsaw puzzle is hard. This impossible puzzle will drive you bananas. Connect all 316 pieces to complete and defeat this big banana. Now, it doesn't have like a manufacturer per se, because I think it's a novelty gift. It just says that it's distributed by Gift Republic Limited. So not like one of those puzzle brand names that we were familiar with. I have no idea what to expect. What I'm hoping is that I'll be able to first pick out the edge pieces of the banana. Then if the image on the box is true to what's inside the box, I will try to subsort my pieces by shape and then put them all in the correct direction, because it looks like it's all bunches of banana lying in the same direction, which might help me. I have no idea how big the pieces are, or how small I should say, because they could be teeny tiny, who knows. So for the love of puzzles, let's jump right in and go bananas together. I spent way too long trying to figure out the border of this puzzle, and it really just ended up frustrating me. I think I spent like an hour and 40 minutes just trying to figure out the border of this puzzle before I took a step back and I sorted all the remaining puzzle pieces, and that was way too long. Honestly, I did that to myself, and I'll know for next time when a puzzle starts frustrating me, I really need to step back, move away, try to do something else. It just wasn't working, and in fact you'll see that even after I sorted all the remaining puzzle pieces, I still hadn't figured out exactly how the border went. So then I organized all the pieces and I started at the top part of the banana, which wasn't too difficult because there were only 4 prong or no prong pieces that fit up there. Now, I really tried to look at the picture on the box and pick out a piece that I thought went where I was working. But you'll see at times, even though I was trying really hard, I just had to brute force it and try one piece after the other after the other. Why? Because there's so much yellow and the pattern, the picture repeats itself. So multiple pieces looked very similar, almost identical. Eventually, though, I was making progress, and I actually was feeling pretty good. The frustration I had from the border was slightly, diminished, because I could see, I was making some progress in the puzzle. But throughout, you're going to see that I keep fiddling with that stupid border, and I think in total, I may have spent at least 2 hours. 2 hours figuring out the shape of a banana. Nuts, absolutely nuts. But eventually I run out of all those specialty pieces because I found where they all went, and then I had to move on. There was just 2 prong pieces left, and there were either pieces that went lengthwise or that went up and down. And really, the next part of the puzzle got boring. I honestly cannot say that I've ever been bored with a puzzle before, but I did eventually get bored with this. Why? There were so many pieces remaining. I was trying really hard to pick out which piece I thought would best go where I was working, but in the end, I just had to slug and try piece after piece after piece. And because the puzzle is not very well, it's not a high quality cardboard, trying a piece over and over and over again, at one spot, I wore the prong of the other pieces. And that was annoying because they ended up fraying. So I have a few like kind of damaged pieces in there. The other thing I noticed with this puzzle that made it more difficult was it was very glossy and shiny. And I think I was just getting also tired. I worked on it several nights, quite late into the night. And because the picture repeats itself and it's glossy, it reflects the light, you know, my eyes were just starting to come out of my head and I was having a bit of enough of it. So you see here, this is where I'm trying really hard and it's just grind, grind, grind. So I'll leave you watching this for a bit with some lovely music, and I'll come back and chat with you more later. And there, look at it. I finally did it. I finally figured out how the border went. My goodness. The tricky thing with the border, because it is a shaped puzzle, there were a lot of flat side edges along the border pieces. And so you needed to find like a puzzle piece, a center puzzle piece to connect the edges all together. So here I'm actually trying to find those pieces to try to connect as much of the border together so it would stop moving on me. But I was so proud.
of myself when I finally figured out how all that border went and the shape of the banana came to light. I do wonder if I did a different shaped puzzle, that if having some knowledge of doing this one would help me. And perhaps also the added difficulty with this one is the fact that it's like an impossible puzzle with the pattern. The image just repeats itself, and it's basically two colors, like a darker yellow, a lighter yellow, and some black, which made it all that much more difficult. Do you like these types of puzzles? And at what point have you ever gotten so frustrated with a puzzle that you've just stopped? I will admit, I was probably too pig-headed. You know, once I got going, I was like, this puzzle is not going to defeat me. And at this point, I had put so many hours into working on this puzzle and filming stuff for the channel that I was like, no. And I was really just motivated to try to get it done. That being said, though, will I go out and buy another such puzzle anytime soon? No. Do I have any desire to do another type of such puzzle? No. What's going to happen to that Impossible's butterfly puzzle, you ask? What Impossible's butterfly puzzle? I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I will admit, like at this stage where I'm doing the main body of the banana, where the picture is a bit more clear, easier to see on the box, and I have a lot less pieces, I started to enjoy doing the puzzle again. So it really was a roller coaster ride, because the border frustrated me to no end. The top of the puzzle with the kind of rare specialty pieces was a bit easier to do. It gave me some hope. And then I got pretty bored quickly working on just the two-prong pieces, because I just had to grind through piece after piece. Eventually, though, I could really use the picture on the box, and because the picture repeated itself, you'll notice I use my fingers and I point a lot. And my husband's always like, what are you pointing at? That helps me focus where I'm looking, where I'm working. So I'll keep my finger pointed at a part on the box, or a part on the puzzle where I'm working, or the part that I'm working on, as well as the part where the picture has already been completed and it's a repeat. And so it helps me laser focus in, and things I was saying to myself were like, okay, banana curves to the left, black line down in between two bananas. And I mean, at this point, I was focused, and I felt like I was doing much better at finding the pieces and not having to try every single piece in every spot. So at the end here, I really did kind of enjoy the puzzle, I must admit. But I'm sure you can see the gray hairs growing on the top of my head. Sorry that my noggin is in the shot a lot. It was really hard on the eyes. Like I said, the shininess of the pieces and just the image itself, it really, you know, did my head in at times. But I'll let you keep watching. I'll add some more lovely music, and we'll finish this banana puzzle off here soon. And the last few pieces. I even struggled with the last few pieces. Now you're going to see the total time tick across the bottom of the video at the moment. Yes, no joke. 7 hours and 40 minutes to complete this puzzle. And when I got to the last piece, I didn't even know what to do. I just Maybe I was prolonging the moment to enjoy it a little bit better. And from above here, the image, it looks almost quite clear. It's bunches of bananas. How could it be that difficult? Oh, trust me. And then I tried the flip test. I mean, why not? Drove me crazy. Might as well try to flip it. What do you think? Will it flip? Yes or no? Let's watch together. The thing is, even though the border didn't fit tightly, the pieces inside fit very well. So it actually flipped. You can see some damage on some of the back of the pieces because they got stuck together or pried. And now, I did lose the top of my banana here when I flipped it back, but I don't consider that a failure. I think it did pass the flip test, and I was quite surprised. But yeah, my goodness, there we go. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. For the love of puzzles, I hope you enjoy my videos. Please consider subscribing. And until next time, ciao!